Now at 11, a fresh dusting of snow falls, leaving some digging out for the second time this week. Time is ticking for the nation's leaders as the fiscal cliff deadline approaches. How you'll be impacted if there isn't an agreement by this time tomorrow. And a warning from the FBI about the internet scam that's already duped more than 150,000 people out of their hard-earned cash. What you need to know to keep your money safe. News Channel 5 at 11 starts right now.
Side with Northeast Ohio's best coverage. This is News Channel 5.
We begin with live pictures of a snowy winter night in downtown Cleveland. The flurries have let up for now, but we're in for more. We're not the only ones seeing this second round storm this week. Road crews are working overtime across the Midwest. Another 400 flights were canceled today due to the winter weather. Good evening, I'm Michael Baldwin. Tracy has the night off. Trent McGill is here tracking the snow tonight. And Trent, you know, when I woke up this morning, there were snowflakes on the ground. How about when I wake up tomorrow?
You're still going to see some more snowflakes on the ground, depending on where you are. You know, last week we got that good widespread 6 to 10 inches for just about everyone. And since then, we've just been getting, you know, a couple inches here, a couple inches there, and we'll get another couple inches overnight tonight. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. Here's our Power 5 Doppler network of radars. And most of us are snow-free. We're getting a few breaks in the clouds. Temperatures are all cold, but right along the lake shore, we're getting some lake enhancement, and that will be the case overnight tonight and, you know, into much of your Sunday. So where the snow has been the steadiest, you can expect a good maybe 2 or even up to 4 inches on the ground by early Sunday morning. So this lake effect snow, it is persistent. So the weather that'll get in your way through the rest of the evening, it'll be the snow and the cold, and that'll last into your early morning hours. A quick look at your planner for tomorrow. Lake effect snow east of Cleveland in the primary snow belt, west and south. Looking like we'll even get on a few breaks from the clouds. We'll get in some sunshine tomorrow, but temperatures not warming up much at all. We'll stay in the upper 20s for highs tomorrow. I do want to remind you, our Storm Shield app, it's on sale for another couple days, $2.99. Get it while it's hot. It keeps you updated, it keeps you safe, and you can customize our 5 different locations. Now, I'll give you your customized location coming out, or your forecast coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, Trent, look forward to that. Remember, News Channel 5 is your official closing station. You can find out if your school, business, church, or daycare is closed on the air, on your phone, and on newsnet5.com. And another look outside tonight as the snow continues to fall. Major roads are wet, but those driving conditions can be hazardous to you if you're going too fast. News Channel 5 Stephanie Ramirez has advice from the experts to keep you safe on the roads.
And I even saw a few accidents as I was heading to an ODOT facility earlier today. ODOT, again, is working 12-hour shifts, but they say the way people are driving on these roadways is making things difficult for them, which is why ODOT, again, is cautioning drivers.
Just to slow down a little bit, that's all they need to do.
Getting his truck ready for the next trip out, ODOT driver Gary Castile says one of the most difficult parts of clearing the snow is dealing with drivers who don't slow down.
They just want to pass me up all the time, and I may have not treated that part of that road for maybe an hour or so.
Castile says he's seen cars spin out from this, and while this spin out may not have been due to the same reason, ODOT and emergency officials say it all stems from people not slowing down in slick or wet road conditions. For Castile, an accident could prevent plows from clearing that area. And for fire and ambulance crews, more accidents means
our response is slower also. If there's snow on the road and the traffic is bad, it just takes us a little bit longer to get there.
Which Parma Fire Department spokesperson Doug Turner says could make all the difference when crews are responding to life or death situations. Even drivers in the area say they've been seeing different habits on the road that have the potential to cause accidents.
On the freeways, especially on the west side, people get scared. You know, when they panic, they tend to go a little bit faster or slower or a standstill. I think that doing that causes trouble for other people to drive.
And ODOT says other things that can cause trouble for drivers include the condition of your vehicle. Some tips: brush all of the snow off of your vehicle. Check your wiper blades, refill your windshield wiper fluid, and make sure to check your tires and tire pressure.
And I can tell you one of the scariest experiences I ever had driving in this weather was running out of windshield wiper fluid on the highway. And with the salt and melted snow splashing on your windshield, that can definitely cause a real problem. So make sure you check those tips and just take it slow as we continue with this weather. On your side in Cleveland, Stephanie Ramirez, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Stephanie. They're also getting soaked with snow in Washington, D.C., but that hasn't stopped the president from working with Senate leaders to try and come up with a compromise to avoid the so-called fiscal cliff. The hope of reaching a deal is now in the hands of the two Senate leaders, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. And the president wants the proposal to be ready by tomorrow. ABC's Richard Cantu tells us what's going on behind closed doors.
And thank them for their time.
President Obama is urging Congress to focus.
I'm modestly optimistic that an agreement can be achieved.
At the White House Friday, the president and congressional leaders spent some 70 minutes in a negotiating session and agreed to keep talking.
It was constructive, and as I say, candor is constructive, and I think it moved us forward. But we'll see.
I'm hopeful and optimistic.
As snow fell on a mostly deserted Washington, the two sides continued bargaining. If there is no deal on the big picture, President Obama wants a smaller stopgap bill extending tax cuts for those making $250,000 or less and continuing unemployment benefits for millions who will lose them when the clock strikes 2013.
I believe such a proposal could pass both houses with bipartisan majorities, as long as these leaders allow it to come to a vote.
We can still avoid going over the fiscal cliff if the president and the Democrat-controlled Senate step forward this week and work with Republicans to solve this problem and solve it now.
Frustration over the impasse runs from Wall Street, where the Dow is down more than 400 points since the talk stalled last week, to Main Street.
This is America, and they should be working for the American people.
The parties are just trying to outdo each other.
Sit down, get in a room, and don't come out of that room until you've got this thing taken care of.
Senate leaders hope to have a bill to vote on by Sunday. The House is back in session that afternoon and could vote on the Senate version. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
Any small-scale deal will leave harder issues such as spending cuts and raising the debt ceiling to the new Congress. Here's some of the ways it will impact you. If they don't reach a deal, the average American household would see their tax bill go up by nearly $3,500. And some 2 million jobless Americans may lose their federal unemployment aid. Also, get ready to shell out more money for dairy. That's right, the price of milk could double because of a farm bill. Now, taxes may be going up, but January 1st will bring a raise to Ohio workers receiving minimum wage. The state is raising the 2013 hourly wage by 15 cents, making the new total $7.85. The state also says the minimum wage for employees who receive tips will increase to $3.85. All right, in other news tonight, a man wanted in connection with a 4 bank robberies is now behind bars. Warrensville Heights police arrested Cedric Sumter at the Express Inn on Northfield Road this morning. The FBI says the tip led the police to Sumter. Agents say he's been linked to multiple bank robberies since October. We're waiting to hear from the fire marshal about what caused this morning's deadly fire in Rocky River. Firefighters were called to East Asplin Drive around 3:45 a.m. The medical examiner tells us the victim is an elderly man. His name has not been released. All right, switching gears now. New developments tonight out of Berea. Word is there will be a big shakeup in the Browns' head office come Monday. Sports anchor Mike Cairns joins us. And Mike, 9-22, would you say, is probably not going to get it done?
No, and that's the record that Pat Shurmur will carry into tomorrow's game in Pittsburgh, Michael. But that's what it looks like going to happen as the Browns will finish out the season in Pittsburgh. According to reports tonight, it'll be the final game for Tom Heckert and head coach Pat Shurmur. The Cleveland Plain Dealer is reporting tonight, citing league sources, that both Heckert and Shurmur will be fired following tomorrow's game in Pittsburgh, and an official announcement is expected to come down on Monday. Now, remember, Jimmy Haslam hired Joe Banner to take over as the team's CEO back in November. As he said goodbye to team president Mike Holmgren this past month, Banner all the while said he would be evaluating all positions of the Browns over the next 7 weeks. We'll also continue to follow the situation. I'll have much more coming up later on in sports. I'll be traveling to Pittsburgh for the game tomorrow. We'll update you on the latest at 6 o'clock. You can be kept up to date, in-game updates, pre-game updates by logging on to my log on newsnet5.com. So we'll see you a little bit later on sports.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Be careful in the weather, please. Up next, they hack into your email and send you messages pretending to be a friend in need. What the FBI says you need to know about a new internet scam.
My feet started going numb and my hands started going numb. So I was just moving around doing whatever I could to stay warm.
Close call. How quick-thinking rescuers were able to save the lives of a boy and his dog.
And that's all too common this time of year. I'll help you stay safe and let you know how much more of this cold air and snow you can expect through the rest of the weekend.
A lawyer wants to sue the state of Connecticut over the Sandy Hook school shootings, saying the state failed to provide a safe setting. He's pursuing $100 million in damages on behalf of an unidentified 6-year-old girl who survived the massacre. He says the girl was left with emotional scars after the hearing, the gunfire, screaming, and the conversation over the intercom. A New York woman has been charged with second-degree murder as a hate crime for allegedly pushing a man in front of a subway train. Police say the surveillance video they released helped find Erica Mendez. The district attorney says Mendez told officers she, quote, pushed a Muslim off the train tracks because I hate Hindus and Muslims ever since 2001 when they put down the Twin Towers. Now, authorities aren't saying if her victim was a Muslim. There's good news tonight about 2 of the 3 police officers wounded in a New Jersey police station by a detainee who grabbed a gun. They've been released from the hospital. The 3rd officer is in stable condition after surgery. The suspect was killed during the struggle. Also improving is former President George H.W. Bush. He's moved out of intensive care and into a regular hospital room. Mr. Bush has been in a Texas hospital for over a month with an unexplained fever. Today, the family issued a statement thanking everyone for their well wishes. The FBI is warning tonight about an email scam that's thriving this holiday season. Be on the lookout for emails that look like they're from your friends asking for money. It's called the Stranded Traveler Scam. Now, scam artists hack into your email account, mining it for personal details about your friends and family, then use the information to fool you into thinking they're in trouble. If you send money, the con artists put you on their sucker list and hit you with other scams. Experts say never send money without making sure that the email is really from your friend. A young man and his dog were rescued from freezing temperatures near the Vermilion River. News Channel 5's Dave Kapinski tells us how they were saved.
My feet started going numb and my hands started going numb, so I was just moving around doing whatever I could to stay warm.
17-year-old Vinny Ragnoni and his dog Maya went through quite an ordeal yesterday afternoon. Maya ran away towards the Vermilion River. The dog slipped 40 feet down an embankment, and while trying to rescue Maya, Vinny slipped and was also trapped at the bottom of the slippery hill.
I grabbed like a branch, a tree, and it broke, and I slid another 45 feet.
You could step on some snow and there might not be anything under it, especially along the riverbank.
Chief William Rennie of the Florence Township Fire Department was among the first on the scene. He, along with 24 other firefighters and a park ranger, used a rope and harness to bring Vinny and Maya back to high ground. Carrie Ragnoni, Vinny's mom, was concerned because her son was only wearing shorts and a t-shirt during the 90-minute-long rescue.
And I went to the hospital with Vinny, had some hypothermia on his legs and fingers, and he was released last night about 8:30, though.
The cliff rescue was the second one this year for the department. 2 teenagers were rescued in April, just a short distance upriver. Once Vinny and Maya were safe, they realized just how lucky they were.
He could have got trapped there, and if nobody knew he was there, it could have been a long time.
Who knows what would happen if they didn't get down there as fast as they did and help me out, so thank you.
In Brownhelm Township, I'm Dave Kapinski, News Channel 5.
Florence Township, Vermilion Township, and the City of Vermilion Fire Departments were all involved in the rescue. And talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Some people in Rhode Island are asking people to bring their old Christmas trees to their petting zoo so the animals can gobble them up. The farm's goats, lambs, and cows all love the pine needles and chomping and chewing on the branches. Well, that is one way, Trent, to get rid of some trees.
Yeah.
You know, you ever thought about doing something like that?
Eating Christmas trees? No.
That would certainly be interesting.
Donating? Gotcha. Now I got them. I was like, what? No.
You know, yeah, if you would chop up Christmas trees, might get you on News Blues. That'd be funny.
At the least. No, all I'm thinking about right now is lake effect snow. That keeps us pretty busy around northern Ohio this time of year. And, you know, tracking more of it, we'll get some more snow overnight tonight. This will just continue. But, you know, it's not an incredibly heavy snow, and it's not for everyone. Let's go straight to it right now. Here's your Power of 5. Do I ever think about eating Christmas trees? Let's get to this weather forecast. We have these winds, and they're coming right across Lake Erie, and that will continue to give us snow. That'll continue to be the driving force behind all of this snow. Now, again, there's really not dark colors out here, so it's not an incredibly heavy snow, but it's a consistent snow. It's sticking around, and the ground is definitely cold enough, so this is adding to what we already have on the ground. So here we go. Some of the darker blues is a little burst of some moderate snow, but mainly some light snow near Brecksville, Solon, Twinsburg, Hudson, Moreland Hills, Bainbridge, Newberry, getting some moderate snow right now as well. Huntsburg, Middlefield, Munson as well, up into Chardon. Now, you know, the primary snow belt, that's where we're going to be tracking this snow probably for the next 12 hours. Trumbull, Hartsgrove, even into Roaming Shores and Ashtabula County. So far over the past 12 hours, as this has been kind of rolling through, most areas along the lake around 1 to 2. We're getting some reports near Medina and also near Strongsville and Independence around 2 to 3 inches. The highest amounts so far over the past 12 hours have just been right around Chardon. In Geauga County, we're seeing right around 3 to 4 inches, but this will continue. Now, Mansfield, Akron, Ashland, Medina, areas west and south, not going to see much more, if anything else, overnight tonight. But we will continue to keep snow in the forecast for the snow belt and east of Cleveland. Now, early Saturday morning, as you're getting up and at 'em early tomorrow morning, we'll still see a few isolated lake effect snow showers lingering around and through the first half, or first 3/4, I should say, of your Sunday. Late Sunday afternoon, the winds will shift more out of the west and southwest, and it'll kind of push all this snow out of here. But while the snow's falling now, where these bands persist and where they set up, where the moderate snow kind of sets up for several hours, most of us will get less than an inch. But where those bands set up, we can get anywhere from around 2, possibly even 4. Some of the higher amounts could get around 5 inches by tomorrow afternoon, but that'll be very localized. That won't be widespread by any means. It'll quickly get out of here tomorrow afternoon. High pressure moves in, and our next weather system is right on the heels, and that could give us a chance for some snow late Monday night to end off the year and to kick off 2013 early next year, I should say. But behind it, some cold air. So here we go. Temperatures. Talking about cold, we're at 27 in Mansfield, Norwalk. The same. Worcester's at 26 tonight, 23 degrees. Scattered snow east. Breezy. Just some lake effect snow showers. But tomorrow we're looking like we'll get back into the upper 20s, and that's about it. A few peaks of sunshine, isolated snow in the east, the snow belt. Right around here. Menor, Chardon, Burton, even Ashtabula, upper 20s with some scattered snow showers lingering into the early afternoon. Cedar Point 26, Norwalk the same. Looking at Ashland 25 degrees, and that's where I think you have the best chance to see a few peaks of the sunshine. That will get out of here late Sunday. We dry out into early Monday. Another chance for some snow late Monday. Scattered snow Tuesday, and we kick off 2013 with some cold air. Lows in the teens, highs in the 20s. Let's go back to the desk.
All right, Trent, thank you very much. You know, I just realized I really did ask you if you like to eat Christmas trees. Anyway, remember, you can stay ahead of the weather with our Storm Shield app, and right now you can get it for just $2.99 in the Apple, iTunes, or Android Google Play Store. That's a $2 savings. Also, our new Channel 5 iPad app is on sale for just 99 cents. The special pricing ends next Friday. Time for sports. Mike Karen is here. Chances for the Browns. Mike, what's going on?
Big changes are coming. I don't think anybody's surprised at what's going on. It's all coming down, and it all begins, well, it started tonight. Pat Shurmur, Tom Heckert, big changes coming. I've got the latest next. In this break, how much is this break? All right, good. Check 1 2 1 2 3 4. Now it looks like both Pat Shurmur and Tom Heckert are expecting tomorrow's game in Pittsburgh to be their last. Cleveland Plain Dealer is citing league sources tonight that both are expected to be fired and part ways with the Browns on Monday. Last month, it was the Browns defense, remember, as for this matchup, forcing 8 turnovers. Tomorrow, a different story. You've got a rookie quarterback under center for the Browns in Thad Lewis, who makes his debut in one of the rowdiest stadiums in the league, but he has plenty of support from inside the team's locker room.
It's a very difficult environment. Obviously, they've got some of the best fans in the NFL. It's going to be loud. It's going to be difficult to hear. It's going to be difficult to call the play in the huddle. So those are all things I think that are going to be challenges for him, but I think he's definitely up for the challenge.
And again, we'll be in Pittsburgh to cover the game for you tomorrow and bring you the latest at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, Cavs on another back-to-back. Tonight they were in Brooklyn looking for just their 5th road win of the year. We pick it up fourth quarter. Wine and Gold clawing back. Kyrie, the shovel pass to C.J. Miles, one of his 8 3-pointers on the night. He led the Cavs with 33. Cavs, though, didn't have an answer for Brook Lopez. He was a monster. 35 points, 10 boards. That's a 7-point lead for the Nets. But back come the Cavs. Little magic left. Kyrie, the long three was just 5 of 16 for 13 points. It's a 1-point game there after 2 free throws. Kyrie trying to send it to overtime. It rattles out. Cavs fall 103-100. College basketball, 10th-ranked Buckeyes at home today, finishing out the 2012 season, looking for win number 10 on the year, and they were hosting the Cougars of Chicago State at Value City. Quentin Pippen, the nephew of Scottie Pippen, for 3. Cougars up early, but the Bucks would regroup. Great pass from Evan Ravenel for the slam. And then right before the half, Lenzel Smith Jr. going to get in on all the fun with a left hand. Bucks by 13 at the break. Second half, it's time for the Big Ten's leading scorer put on a show. Deshaun Thomas, the 3. OSU rolls at home, and it's Big Ten season time, 87-44.
Right now, it's just all about Big Ten now. And, you know, every night is going to be a fight night, and everybody's going to compete. So I think we're going to be ready, and Coach is going to have us ready for the challenge.
You know, we've shown to play some pretty good basketball. I think there's still a lot of areas where we got to clean up, but, you know, we're at a halfway point of the season right now.
High school basketball tonight. Good crowd for the championship game of the 15th annual Lorain County Holiday Classic at Avon Lake High School. Shoreman taking on Lorain in the final. How about Rasheed Berry throwing it down for the Titans? But the Shoremen come right back from downtown. Christian Jones splashdown time. And then in transition, Jones from Jace Russell. Nice pass there. The Shoremen get the win, 54-39. To the ice we go. 11,000 on hand tonight. Monsters taking on the Hamilton Bulldogs. And they score twice with an 18-second span in the third period. The Monsters go on to win it as they beat the Bulldogs 4-0. We're back after this timeout.
We'll leave you with this. If you've ever gone snowboarding, you know how difficult this is. But this 18-month-old makes it look easy. He doesn't even have to take the pacifier out of his mouth. Yeah, that is totally cool.
That's great. Oh, man.
Yeah, you should see me, man. I'm falling all over the place.
You ever lose the pacifier?
I've lost the pacifier. You know, one time I was skiing and I went right into a group of people. I was bad. Anyway, what else is bad is what's going on with Pat Shermer. Looks like he's going to be out.
Pat Shermer, Tom Heckert, according to the Plain Dealer tonight, they're citing league sources that tomorrow is their last game. An official announcement expecting to come down on Monday. We will be in Pittsburgh and bring you the latest tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
All right, folks. We will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for allowing us into your home tonight. Until we meet again, you have a good one.
Until our next newscast, stay connected through Newsnet5.com, at home or on the go. News where you want it, how you want it, from News Channel 5.